Hey, future me here. Just popping in to say real quick that this is a very special episode of Drunk Reactions. It's a Patreon sponsored episode. Basically, if you get to the fourth level of Patreon, fourth tier, you get to make me your bitch. Basically, you can give me a choice of any of three movies, and I gotta pick one of those movies. I gotta watch it. I gotta do a reaction to it. And you can also do that for a TV show pilot. In this case, Leon wanted me to do two movies, so there's going to be another movie coming out this month, also sponsored by him. But you can also, if you want to make me watch a TV show pilot, you can do that. So that's the fourth tier over at Patreon. Special thanks to Leon Ilion. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the last name correctly. But special thanks to Leon for sponsoring this post and the next movie you'll be seeing pretty soon. So, back to the show. And I'm actually drinking something special. I'm drinking some Tennessee Fire. My good old buddy Tennessee Fire. Not quite as good as Fireball, but I noticed that like when I haven't drank a particular blend of whiskey in a while, and I go back to it, I get a much better buzz. So I feel like this is gonna be something we're gonna want a really good buzz for, and not in a bad way. Not because I think the movie's gonna suck. I think it's gonna actually be a good movie. Never saw this one. And I remember back in the day when I was really young, I was very much into war movies. Big Red One, that's the one that comes to mind. I think Mark Hamill's in that one. I believe. This was right after he'd done Star Wars. And then, I don't think he had a big role, but I remember being excited because I would just seen Star Wars and then Big Red 1 came out. But I like war movies. But this is a different kind of war movie because most war movies typically follow the infantry. Every now and then they'll follow like maybe a naval captain, or they'll follow a submarine captain or something like that. I think I've seen a movie or two where it's about the armor. But typically it's about the infantry, because the infantry is down in the dirt. We can relate to the infantry. We can imagine ourselves in those situations. Some of these other jobs are so technical and so specific, and, you have to get special training in order to operate a submarine, for instance. We can't really relate to that as much. This is one of the few movies I've seen about bomber pilots. Back when bomber pilots was, super dangerous. Now they're just using a joystick and they're using a drone, right? Like, back then, man, you were right there in the fucking field of fire, and they were trying to kill your ass. Even when you're using a flying fortress, right? Which I believe this is about. But what's interesting, there is a correlation here between the Navy and bomber pilots that no other military branch, no other service has, which is you live and operate inside your weapon. In the Navy, you actually spend 24 hours a day inside your weapon. You live inside your weapon. Your weapon protects you, but then you also use your weapon. You put your weapon in danger in the field of fire and use it to hurt the enemy. The infantry doesn't do that. The infantry has a rifle. They can toss the rifle aside. They can pick up another rifle. Who gives a shit? But in the case of bomber pilots, and I guess fighter pilots as well, but they tend to be in a fighter plane for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, where bombers would be much longer, right? Yeah, but in those two particular cases, you have to take care of your weapon. Your weapon actually has to protect you as well as attack. You attack with your weapon, but you're also protected by your weapon. If your weapon is disabled, you're dead. More so in bombers than even in the Navy, because at least if you jump out in the fucking ocean, you got a chance of living. There's many cases where people have jumped out of the ship and been picked up by other ships or picked up by planes or something. So you had a chance of living. If your fucking bomber is disabled, you are fucking dead. So I do find that a very interesting dynamic, and probably because my dad was in the Navy, and he would talk to me about the fact that it's one of the very few branches of service where you live inside your weapon. So I find that an interesting concept. So I really believe that this Memphis, and I think the reason why the movie's even called Memphis Belle, is that their weapon is an extra character. However many characters we're having in the film, we have that extra character, which is the weapon, the Memphis Belle. That's why they gave it a name. That's why they used to paint little women on there. I'm sure the Memphis Belle is like a hot woman, some stripper or something that one of them knew back in Memphis, So, or maybe they used to have pinup girls back then, I guess. That was all the rage. I expect it to be another character. Obviously not a character that's going to talk, but a character that they need to protect and that will protect them. And when the character gets this little wing broken, we're gonna feel sad, So that'll be one of the the degradation. Obviously, the weapon's going to degrade, because you want your bomber to take damage to height the tension, dramatic tension, right? But as it degrades, we're gonna be sad because this is gonna be another character. The only other thing I know about this movie is bad Marty McFly is in this movie. Bad. He was terrible as Marty McFly. So bad, they fired his ass after 6 weeks of shooting. 6 fucking weeks. Eric Stoltz. That's really all I know. I've seen Eric Stoltz in a couple things. From what I've seen, he's a good actor. But that's going to be what he's known for, like the job he didn't do, right? Which is always interesting. Maybe this will help me think of him in a new way. We'll see. I'm going to be watching his acting, seeing if I can see any signs of why they fired his ass after 6 weeks. I can only use 10 minutes of footage on YouTube for a video. So there's only going to be 10 minutes of the movie here, but over on Patreon, there's going to be a longer version of it, probably twice as long. If you want to go check that out. That'll be a lower tier. You don't have to spend $15 on that. That'll be like the $3 tier. So for basically the cost of a shot of whiskey, you can watch twice the action. Or you can just check this out. Of course, we all know the war movie tropes. If motherfucker shows you a picture of his wife and kid and or kids, he's going to get whacked. Most cases, though, they probably didn't have kids. But if he shows you a picture of the girl he's going to marry, he's for sure going to get whacked. In a horrible fucking way. He'll be tortured and then whacked. If he shows you a picture of a dog, he's going to immediately burst into flames.
Nicknamed the Virgin.
The Virgin, yeah, he'll probably live. Since he's not dirty and been dirtied up by sex, he'll probably live.
Graduate of several reform schools. Better keep him in the background.
He's a bad boy, he'll die.
This is the religious one. There's always
religious nut? Wait a minute, what is this?
McVeigh from Cleveland.
Mid-90s? Religious nut will probably live.
Has a real reputation as a ladies' man.
Ladies' man, if he shows you a picture of a lady, he's dead. If he doesn't, he lives.
His father lost their farm in a poker game. Clay started playing piano in a New Orleans...
All-American boy with tragic backstory, he's dead.
A student, editor of the school paper, valedictorian...
Irish redhead, he's fucking dead. Wait, no, Eric Stoltz, he'll probably live because he's the biggest actor in the movie, so he'll live. What's interesting, this movie came out before the heyday of CGI. I think they had CGI back then, obviously. But not like we have it now, right? So the effects are going to be more impressive than they would be today, to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You didn't have to call me that name, sir. That hurts my feelings.
I was hoping to give the boys a little break. We're having a dance tonight in honor of the group's first dance.
But, sir, the dance.
Yes, sir. Yes, I would.
Jesus Christ. That's great for morale, man. You couldn't fucking just put it in the ocean 1 mile away. Jesus, man.
So you named the plane after your girl back home. Is that right?
Like I said.
Great angle.
Yeah, she was a great stripper.
Like South, though, Captain Dearborn.
I spent $100 a week on the bitch.
Memphis on business.
I know one thing. English women were getting fucked back then. For those 4 years, all these foreign soldiers were in England. The English women were getting fucked. Even the ugliest English women were getting hosed down like they were centerfolds.
I'm a qualified pilot, same as him. They just didn't have a plane ready for me, so he's a big shot pilot, and I'm sitting in the dummy seat. Hey.
Well, that won't come back to play later in the plot.
Never let me down. I can't say that.
You start to personify the weapon. I was talking before about living in your weapon. Yeah. Dad was like that with the Newport News. One of his cruisers. He went to Vietnam twice in his cruiser, right? Because they were in danger. They would get fired upon and, all that stuff. They were together in these intense circumstances. They had an affection for that ship. Like, they felt like they didn't feel like the ship was a person in a delusional way, but they had an affection for that ship. Unlike all the other ships he ever served on, that ship was special. That's the way this guy is with this Memphis Belle. Because it protected you. Like, anything that protects you, you're going to feel good about it. That's why we love our home. Our home protects us, right? Our car protects us. Like, maybe we have a jacket that we just feel safer in. You know what I'm saying? Like, human beings tend to do that. This dialed that up to 11 in times of war, I would have these conversations with Dad, I would listen to shipmates talk to each other. They love that ship. It's just something the rest of us just won't completely comprehend. We can kind of understand it. Like, I kind of understood it, but this will still seem cheesy to a lot of people who don't know what I'm talking about, right? A lot of people are like, well, he's fucking talking to the plane. He's crazy, right? Oh, shit. Somebody was in there. Well, I guess they were too busy fucking to hear what they did say. Oh, shit, they did hear. Okay, Jesus. I can't believe they were in there fucking while he was fucking talking. But you know what I'm saying? Like, like it seems cheesy to a lot of people. It probably seems cheesy to her, right? And to a lot of the audience. But it's a real thing.
And there's Danny taking up a picture.
Does anybody see my St. Anthony's medal?
Isn't he the patron saint of missing things?
Yeah, I can't find them.
I've changed my mind about Eric Stoltz. I think he's going to die because he's taking all these pictures. So after when the movie's getting ready to be over, they're gonna look at these pictures and they'll finally remember and they'll feel sad that he died because he took all the pictures, right?
Stick your finger down your throat. Stick your finger down
Look
your
like they were
throat. Stick
fucking
your
you there
finger
for a
down your
second.
throat, or I'm gonna do it for you.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that at Taco Bell. But
Shut your behavior. Your bird goes out the path.
man, if you break that fucking bottle, don't be. There's no horseplay involved with bottles. You don't see me over here juggling this shit, do you? Like, woo, yeah. You don't see me doing that shit because this is serious fucking business, man. Ain't no juggling no goddamn bottles.
I hope you all had a good time last night, but now it's back to business.
Yeah, our stripper bill is just through the roof. We can't do that anymore.
Bremen.
Bremen? Oh, we're dead men. We're dead.
Yeah, we're
you
fucked.
Shut up,
Yeah.
bird.
I'd love to know the writing process for this movie. Because this whole delay going up, I'm sure it's very realistic. It's what I'm sure they would get ready to go and then the weather would be there and they'd be like, okay, we gotta wait. Like that does feel like something that would really happen, but narratively speaking, you didn't have to do that. You could just put them straight on a plane and send them over there. So the purpose of this, but I wonder if this is done because like when they finished the script, like, damn, we're still 10 minutes short. Or maybe even they finished the rough cut and they realized they were short. You know, because like you never really know exactly how long the special effects will take. Because you grab all these.
You're going up. Start engines in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
We're done with our little side quest here. I mean, these are great character moments, though. But if you know, I don't know, just as a writer, it just feels like, okay, you're moving the plot, momentum, then stop. Let's sit here and wait for a little bit. Momentum. You know, it's a little weird. It's like it's not really how you do it typically. You would have had these scenes beforehand, right? But like, it feels like something that they shot later because like they went to a completely different location. You just basically have them sitting in the field, a couple planes in the background, right? Like maybe they had already taken down the other sets that we had seen, like the bunk where sitting in their bunk. I don't know. These are the things I think about as a producer and a writer. Like there's so many ways you could, like, if you need to add link to a film. We always think like you have to cut shit out of a film. That's what we always think, right? Like as an audience member. Oh, here's the deleted scenes. We never think about the fact sometimes you have to add stuff to it, especially with TV. TV has to be very specifically timed. It has to be like back in the day. I think it was 43 minutes and 23 seconds or some shit like that. It always changes because of how much ad time they sell, right? But they'll give you this specific number, and if you're short, they'll have to shoot a couple extra scenes or do something, right? And sometimes that's some of the best character moments because they can't add any plot on TV episode. Like if you have to add 53 seconds, you can't add anything relevant to the plot because the plot's already tightly constructed. The episode is finished. So then you add a 53-second scene that's just about characters. So that's when you get the best character moments, which is exactly what this was. We got some great character moments because the plot, if I'm right, and they had to shoot that later, the plot was done. The plot was tightly constructed. So the only thing you can do at that point if you have to add something is you have to add character moments. And you can do anything with that. Like you can just really delve into backstories, character interactions, add a lot of color and texture to your movie,
Val, take this. You're not gonna die. Just
Son of a bitch.
You're flak happy. Now just do your job.
This feels like something that happens, man. This does. I mean, some of this stuff is so specific, it's gotta be shit that actually happened. This dude trying to give away all his shit. Of course, the fighters didn't have the range that the bombers have, so the fighters could only stay but so long, then they have to leave, which sucks ass, because then you're left alone.
Check your mask.
Let's make this our best.
We need some more goddamn discipline in this plane. I'm telling you, man, Iron Fist. I'd rule with it. First, need to treat your commander with respect.
When they drop their bombs, so do we.
Well, I'm feeling Memphis Belle is going to be the lead before it's all said and done.
Our little friend's leaving already?
Yep. Out of
They
fuel.
sure don't want to run out of fuel. Medal. Oh my God, my medal. Where's
Oh,
my
Jesus
medal? Have you
Christ,
seen
man.
it?
Shit's unraveling, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Here!
No!
Holy shit! You gotta be shitting me. God damn, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Break it up!
What an asshole.
What?
Man, we're all beating his ass when we land, right?
Yeah. 3 minutes, 30 seconds from the bomb run.
This should be the longest 3 minutes, 30 seconds of your fucking lives, man.
Bloodsucker, 1 o'clock level, Bell turret, watch out!
What do you call him, bloodsucker? I guess like they're like mosquitoes, right? That makes sense. That's what you get for being an asshole. I ain't mad, motherfucker.
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing because you're a douchebag.
It's not dead.
They destroyed my favorite harmonica. Oh, you runt son of a bitches!
This dude has issues, man. He has major fucking issues. Oh! You fucking piece of shit. I totally believed you threw it out, man. You fucking piece of shit. Oh my god. You gotta be shitting me, man. If I was a fish, I'd be mounted on the wall. It fucking looked like he did, man. When I edit, I'm gonna look and see how they actually did that, because I thought I saw the shit leave his hand. What an asshole, man.
30 seconds to target.
Yeah, this is only half the mission, too. I don't give a shit if they bomb the building, right? I just give a shit that they get home. This is only half the mission. They still gotta get home after this shit, man. Of course, you would assume there's not gonna be much danger after the bombing run, because why would you try to shoot down a bomber that doesn't have any bombs anymore, right? Like, you need to concentrate on the ones that still have bombs. See, I'm at the edge of my seat, man, literally. This is tense as fuck. Jesus, man. Suck it up. Look, I'm not saying I want to die either, but goddamn, man, you've done this 24 times before. You think you'd be numb to this shit by now. But probably what happens is it's kind of like when the Patriots lost the Super Bowl when they were undefeated. Every time you succeed makes it more pressure next time, man.
Believe me.
The rest of the bombers are like, man, fuck you. Drop the shit. The rest of the bombers are like, what do you mean we? You got a mouse in your pocket, motherfucker?
Dennis, I'm the only one not doing anything. Okay, but make it fast.
I'm lonely up here. Like, what the hell's the big deal, man? Like, you know.
Memphis Belle of Northern Country, come in. Memphis
Man,
Belle
they're
of
kind of
Northern
busy
Country,
right now,
come in.
asshole.
Whatever you say, Dennis, you know what you're doing.
That's right. About time you respect the Iron Fist, bitch. I get the character reason why you did that. I'm just saying.
How does that target look?
It looks like shit, sir. Did they hold up a fucking cue card?
Captain, I still can't see a thing.
Well, I guess we're going around a third time. That's when there would be a fucking mutiny on this plane. Believe that.
Captain,
Man,
do you read me?
if you touch that shit one more time, motherfucker.
Yes, I read you.
Oh, shit, here we go.
That's it.
There's a delay, too, I think. I think if you're actually above it, it's too late because the bombs will drift, right? I think you have to drop them before you reach the target, I think. That's how it works. Yeah, if you tried to go down a third time, that'd be it, man. Somebody's getting shanked.
Okay, boys. We've done our job for Uncle Sam. Now we're flying for ourselves.
Now it's time to ditch these other losers and get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. You tried to make me drop them the first time. See, I'd be holding grudges, man. I wouldn't be good at this kind of shit.
Hurry, break him out at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we ain't lost anybody yet, have we? That's definitely 100% gonna happen. We're losing somebody. God damn, man. That fucking strap saved his ass, boy. That strap saved his ass, man. And he was whining about it.
Hey, we're going home. We're going home.
Somebody's gonna eat it raw. I'm telling you, man. That's something else that's very, very bad. The fucking fire, you know. It's worse on a submarine because it uses up all your oxygen, right? But it's still bad on a plane.
Hey, you're the doctor. Just it. I'm not. Phil, I lied.
Oh,
I
shit.
had 2 weeks of medical school before I enlisted. I don't know anything.
God damn. That's why he didn't go back before. Yep, I knew Camera Boy was gonna eat it.
Cut fuel, feather prop, fire extinguishers, generator off.
You know, narratively speaking, you have to have all this. God damn, man.
Danny's in bad shape.
Stop bothering us about Danny, asshole.
Prop feather, but the extinguisher's not working. We gotta do something quick.
Like, literally, we have our control panel on fire right now. This motherfucker come talking about Danny. narratively speaking, the plane couldn't take any damage before they dropped the bombs, or they would have turned back because they wouldn't have been capable of doing it, right? Like that other plane turned back. Plus, it's like now the stakes are even higher because they've completed their mission. Now literally all they have to do is get home. God damn. Let me just say, thank God for power steering.
Crew, we're at 10,000 feet. You can come off oxygen.
You might want to keep on the oxygen because I shit myself back here, so, you know.
With Germans down there, they'll pick him up and they'll take him to a hospital.
Yeah, they don't kill for fun.
Fuck that, man.
Well, it's his only chance. Another
Fuck
crew
that.
did it. This guy...
Hell no.
Watch his back. Keep his head up. Watch his back. Slowly. Careful, careful. Come on.
You gotta be shitting me. They're gonna ditch this motherfucker? Fuck this, man. These motherfuckers are nuts. I'm like so invested in this shit, man. It's like stressing me the fuck out.
Right.
Quit being a crybaby ass coward and fix this motherfucker.
We're all scared.
You're Billy fucking Zane, man. God damn.
All right, hold his head.
Man, if you throw him out, I'm gonna be pissed. Don't walk into the light. I can't believe none of them died. That's actually shocking. Because I'm sure Eric survived, right? You know, they faded to white for a reason. They didn't fade to black. They faded to white, right? So he survived. I really thought like half the crew was gonna die.
We never did get that fighter, did we? Ah, shit on us.
25 missions, you never shot down a fighter, you suck.
Ain't that a pretty sight?
First time anybody's ever said that about England. I'm just fucking kidding.
Damn it. Come on, Daddy.
Shit, maybe he did walk into the light. Damn. Even this motherfucker's had a character arc. He's been humbled, you know. Tell you what, this is a well-written, well-constructed film. I gotta say.
Landing gear.
That shit don't work. I was kidding. It literally doesn't work. I wonder in these situations, could most of them just parachute out, you know? And then the pilot would try to land the shit, or even he can parachute out. I mean, I'm just saying, say you get, like, within a few hundred feet of the shore, right? Because you don't want the plane to crash into a suburb, right? You get a few hundred feet to the shore. Everybody bails out. The pilot points the plane down, and he bails out. I assume it's dangerous to bail out, especially over water. But like that, your chance would be better there than trying to land this hunk of junk, right? They're really manipulating us, cutting to this dog every time, man. What are you doing? Check out Discount Kevin Bacon back there. Holy shit. You gotta be shitting. We need a little bit of extra drama. Goddamn, man. One thing I really like is the redundancies they have on this plane. Which makes sense. They have like the electrical shit. But anytime something electrical fails, they can go back and, you know, pump the gas by hand, for instance. Or lower the, you know, the fucking wheels by hand. Those redundancies make sense. We're talking about the nick of time. I mean, they're manipulating me like a motherfucker. This is pure manipulation from the filmmakers, right? Pure manipulation. In real life, if this even fucking happened, they got the wheel down, you know, 100 feet from the ground, right? You know, they're manipulating my like a motherfucker. But the thing is, it fucking works because I was stressed as fuck. The manipulation works. Remember that as a filmmaker, it works. And see, you know, the commander lost 14 crews, right? Because they said the 24 went out, and 9 came back, and now this one came back. So he lost 14 crews. He lost more than half the crews. So even though Memphis came back, I'm sure he's happy about that. He's still sad as fuck, right? So for him, it's never going to be a good day. Turn this piece of shit off, man. Look, I love you, Memphis Belle, but you're fucking done. Yeah, she was a good stripper, though. I'll give her that. Wait a minute, they closed the one with duct tape? What kind of fucking chicken shit doctor did they have? I cannot fucking believe they all lived, man. I totally thought half of them were going, man. Give this motherfucker, goddamn. Give this son bitch a cigarette when he's got a hole in his gut. Oh, I slap him, motherfuckers. You gotta be shitting me. That's right. Manipulate me, you sons of bitches. And as usual, when the monster is dead, the movie's over. They played it. We don't need to see nothing else. Yeah. It's true-ish, I'm sure. I'm a filmmaker. I know how this works. Eric, you magnificent bastard. You redeemed yourself with this movie. Tate Donovan, he looks vaguely familiar. So does he. Of course. Yep, we know he sang. That's the only reason he would do this plot, right? Never heard of you and never will see you again. You either. I never knew that dude's name. That's a bizarre last name. Asshole. He typically plays an asshole. That was great. This not a movie I would have sought out. Like, that's what I love about that. That's why I created that Patreon tier. Besides the fact that I like you people having power over me, and I'm a whore, so for money I'll watch anything. But the other thing was doing this channel in general has exposed me to shit that I would never have watched. Like, I would have never ever watched Better Call Saul, for instance, ever. Not in a million fucking years. And boy, that's one of my favorite shows now. I was really missing out. This is another example. I would never have watched this movie, but it was a really good movie. Well constructed, very well done. I don't know how successful it was. I didn't look into that. I assume it was a hit, and it should have been. Great cast, great writing, great effects. I mean, just top notch. No complaints. Like, I don't feel like there's any plot holes. I'm sure they were loose with the truth, but like I said, they probably took 200 missions, little anecdotes from like 200 different missions, and put them all in one to make a dramatic movie. So it all happened. It just didn't all happen on the same mission. That's all. So, good shit, man. Really good. And thanks again to Leon for suggesting this. Great choice, man.